It is important that in our production we follow and challenge conventions for our chosen media type and genre. Arguably, on top of that, we wanted to make sure that we don't swing too far towards one way or another. For example, we were too conventional, the audience would potentially find our production boring and familiar, whereas if it was too challenging, the audience may not understand what's going on. We wanted to be able to follow Neil's theory of repetition and difference with good effect. For this question, I am going to look over the conventions we followed, the conventions we challenged, and the conventions we may have developed, and then give my reasons as to why we made those decisions. Because the genre we produced was a drama, the fact that this teaser trailer revolves around people and their morals and emotions made this a conventional media product. Through my research, I found out that drama movies tend to have their narratives purely focused around the characters only, often with moral and social issues, bringing the content for the structure. We felt that this was the most important aspect when it comes to the drama genre, and therefore it had to stay in. In our case, we had the main character facing his own moral decisions, and our trailer was shot and edited in such a way where the audience gets to know the character in a more personal aspect. Another aspect of our teaser trailer which we felt we should have kept conventional are the locations at where this trailer was shot. We wanted to keep the locations recognizable and domestic to create the effect that the characters in the trailer are relatable and recognizable to the audience, a strong characteristic of the drama genre. Therefore, this trailer was mostly shot inside a normal house, and exterior locations were seen to be normal suburbs. We could have changed some conventions and gone for more abstract locations, but my research found that drama productions consistently stick with domestic locations, and therefore we would risk confusing the audience if we went for something different. A final convention that we followed was the structure of the teaser trailer. More specifically, we chose to follow the Enigma code. This means that our production leaves the audience with many questions that are left open thanks to the intentional gaps left in the narrative of the video. Whilst it may not be seen as a necessity in a full feature film, our group agreed that it was a vital ingredient on what makes a teaser trailer appealing to the audience, and it ultimately leads them wanting to watch the main film as they are left with questions. Without using these conventions, we were worried that the audience would not recognise our production as a teaser trailer. One thing we did change in our production in regards to the drama genre teaser trailer would be our inclusion of abstract concepts within the narrative. As previously mentioned, dramas tend to stick to something that is recognisable to the audience, and therefore create verisimilitude. Although we didn't want to confuse the audience, our narrative gave us a good opportunity to challenge convention by including the abstract idea of lives being added or taken away, depending on how good you are. This is something that is not normally seen in dramas, since they tend to focus on the human issues. However, we managed to craft the narrative so that this abstract idea creates its own human issue, that is, to be good and lose lifespan or be bad and live longer. We therefore feel that we successfully managed to challenge this convention without alienating our audience base. Something we decided to develop in our production were the characters themselves and their nature. In many ways, our production follows Prop's character theory because we have a villain, a sidekick, and a moral hero. However, we decided to develop this by not actually making our hero that heroic. In our production, he is seen to be performing bad deeds as he makes the choice to prioritise his life before other people around him. We chose to do this because although we wanted to make the characters clear and distinguishable to the audience, we also on the other hand didn't want things to be too stale and recognisable. We felt this development was a good compromise between the two. Overall then, it is very clear to see that we stuck to more conventions compared to how many we decided to change or develop. The main reason why we made this active choice was because our research found that drama genre productions kept to a fairly similar and arguably safe formula. They are meant to be representing real life, so there are many important aspects that we had to keep conventional. We wanted to keep this part of the drama genre. However, I feel the changes and developments we did make helps to enhance the production and doesn't alienate the viewer.